Hello Libra, and welcome to your mid-month tarot update for the month of June. Before we get started, I'm super excited to let you guys know that I'm offering one-to-one live tarot readings with me, and all the information for that is linked in the description box. I'm also offering 20% off for the whole month of June. Again, all the information for that is in the description box down below, and we can go ahead and jump right into your reading here. As always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't force anything to fit. Let's see what's coming through for oracle messages. What does Libra need to know, please, Spirit? We have, is that New Beginnings? I do really enjoy this card. It is fun. New Beginnings. The fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. I like this. We are just now coming into Cancer season. We just had a new moon, so this was a great energy for new starts, new beginnings. And this doesn't have to be, it says new ideas, it says the birth of an idea. It does not have to be that. It can just be maybe a different way of thinking, a new opportunity, new habit, new hobby. It can be very little things for you. Again, you'll know it as it resonates. But let's see what we have coming through for you in tarot. See what the current energy is. Current energy for Libra, please, Spirit. Oh, I don't even know what we have there. We have the 8 of Swords and Temperance. I keep wanting to say this. I'm feeling this a lot recently with the collective. We seem to be... I've done a lot of different collective readings for my channel, for different tarot spaces that I'm in. And the general energy has been that we're trying to push through and have new transformations, new transitions, new beginnings. But we're kind of in this energy of overthinking, second guessing, maybe even energies of self-sabotaging coming through. I think for you, there's this energy of maybe feeling guilty for taking a rest, taking a pause, taking time out. Temperance is a great card of balance and moderation, and that's another thing that's been coming through. Some people have been getting the moderation oracle card come out. Some people have been getting temperance or the devil. But it is that energy of needing to slow down, balance, almost reevaluate, maybe audit where you're putting your time and energy, where you're putting your emotions. Swords are a way of thinking, and the 8 of Swords are can be overthinking, thinking yourself into a corner, backing yourself with your... It's almost, thinking yourself into a corner, like you're backing yourself into a corner, but it's not, it's by the way you're thinking. The 8 of Wands is on the bottom of the deck, and I always see this as the energy that's trying to come through, but there is some blockages, so there is success wanting to come through for you. I was going to say manifestations coming through is what it feels like, but the blockage is in, I was going to say maybe doing too much or not doing enough. I did a collective reading recently, and the energy felt like you want to go hermit mode, but when you're being in the solitude, when you're working on your craft, when you're in the stillness, right, you almost feel guilty for not spending time with people. And then when you're spending time with people, you're kind of realizing, oh, hang on a minute, I'd rather be by myself. I feel like maybe when you're at work, you're thinking, oh, we do have success on the manifestations. When I split the deck there, we do have that energy of like, whatever it is you're doing, you're wanting to be in 2 places at once, and that's not possible. But you're also feeling guilty about not being able to be in 2 places at once. Again, it's physically impossible, Libra. You can't do it. And it feels very fitting that a Libra would struggle with that, you know, because Libras are the scales. They are justice. They are balance. They are fairness. And it's like you're being unfair to yourself because you can't be fair to everybody else, you know. For your inner world, oh, that is a lot. Let's see. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the... Oh, I didn't realize there was actually this many. In your inner world, we have the Knight of Cups, the Page of Wands, Chariot, Ace of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. I'm going to have to... I was going to say sit with this or think about this one. The Knight of Cups and the Page of Swords. We'll start with them because they're Knights and Cups. Knights and Pages, and it feels like it will be easier to start with them. But again, I don't feel like it is easy to start with them. This is very weird energy in your inner world, and maybe it's because you're, I was going to say, lacking direction. I feel that makes sense with the Chariot here, and me kind of feeling a bit wobbly with this energy. I feel like you have an idea of maybe maybe where you want to go, and you're in the chariot and you're just go energy, I've got to get there, but maybe you don't have an actual clear picture of why you want to go there or where you want to go. You know that you're seeking out opportunities and you're seeking out I was gonna say abundance, prosperity. You're seeking that out through passions. But the Five of Swords is a card of defeat. Five of Swords can be competition. When I look at this card though, I always do think eye for an eye and the whole world goes blind. So I don't know if you're carrying negativity, you're carrying a loss, you're carrying a defeat, or you're carrying someone else's loss so that you can use it to justify for karma later, whatever it is for you. 555 on the timer. Feels like that's not necessarily working for you. I feel like maybe it is slowing down your chariot and it's slowing down opportunities because you're carrying the negative emotions from this 5. I feel like once you wipe your hands and walk away from something, and this can just actually be a personal defeat where you are carrying feelings of not feeling worthy or not feeling good enough for the opportunities that you want because of past losses that you faced, or times where you maybe, again, this isn't your inner world, so I feel like it might be where you weren't good enough for the own standards that you were setting for yourself. I think with the Knight of Cups, I like the Knight of Cups is slowing down. He does feel very like more go with the flow. He goes more where feelings and comforts are, and that is where you might find a new passion. I don't know, I was gonna say someone might also have an idea for you, and I think this comes from maybe someone asking to hang out, and maybe you realize, like, they ask you to go do something and you're like, I would never usually do this, but actually I really enjoy this, and it kind of gets you maybe out of your comfort zone, gives you a bit more of that direction that you might be lacking, or opens you up to a new passion. Okay, let's see what needs your attention. That was an atrocious shuffle, I'll be real. I'll be so real with you guys. There we go, that was a bit better. What needs your attention right now, Libra? That is strength. We get one more, the 5 of Wands. I feel like you're almost competing with, I don't know if it's your past self or your future self or this imagined version of yourself, but it feels like you're in a competition with yourself, or you're lacking direction on yourself because you're in competition with people that aren't even in the same race as you, right? I don't know why I get this energy. I'm just going to use this as an analogy. This might not fit exactly right for you, but it feels like you're like looking at someone and going, they do so much more work than me, they put so much time and so much more energy into their job, they give all that time, all those hours, and they're doing a completely different job. They are not even in the same category as you, so why are we comparing to how hard they're working, how much they're doing, how much they're earning, whatever it is that you're comparing? Because it's taking the focus away from your own path, your own journey. And I feel like the thing for you is you're lacking direction, you're lacking balance. Presence came to mind a little bit there. Like, I feel like you need to look at your feet, look where you're standing, right? You're looking at where you could be, where you should be, where you have been, where they are, what they're doing. But sometimes you just need to look down at where you're standing in this current moment, at what you're doing. Slow down a little bit. I always view strength as a card of patience, slowing down. We're not brute forcing this. We're not trying to get it done tomorrow. I think maybe that's where you might be sabotaging yourself a little bit. Is like, just get it done. Just get it done. Like, I feel like that's kind of worn you down a little bit, that mentality. Just get it done. Just get it done. You're tired of that. You need that temperance, that rest, that And the thing is, I come back to this New Beginnings card. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. But protect and nurture yourself. Protect and nurture what you're working towards, your ideas, your feelings. Sometimes you do need to have that moment where you slow down, and I can't stop seeing the little baby all wrapped up and cozy and sleeping. And I don't know if that's something you need, a little time out sometimes. But let's see what's going on in your environment. King of Wands and Justice. Somebody's had an oh moment, like an oh okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I don't know if it's relating back to the Eight of Swords, of you like really overthinking people's actions and thoughts, trying to predict. I always see the King of Swords as like a chess player, right? He has to predict the next 10 moves of the other player, and he takes that into every social interaction, in maybe the chess game that works, right? Predicting. He's a brilliant chess player, but there has to be balance in how we act, how we react, and how we treat things. Not every situation requires you to be predicting. Not every situation requires you to be ahead. I keep thinking of the same water that boils. The same water that hardens the egg, softens the potato, right? Sometimes you do need to slow down and allow the moment to be soft, to be a soft, gentle moment. And then sometimes you do have to, pull yourself up and be a bit harsher. With justice, there is this need to balance both those things out and to be fair about things. With both these cards, I feel like you just want to be logical. I'm almost feeling like you just execute. Don't think too much, don't plan too much, don't get emotions involved. That's something I'm noticing a lot. You have the Knight of Cups and you have Temperance, but I really don't feel emotional cards here. These all feel like logical, planning, next steps, moving forward, new beginnings, go. And it's no slow down, And I feel like it's kind of reflecting in your energy and in your environment. The way that you're feeling on the inside is starting to maybe project out and affect your environment. And maybe you're starting to feel this in other areas of your life. Maybe other people around you are starting to feel it as well. And it can be good to have that drive sometimes. But again, if you're in a chariot that has a lot of drive but it has no direction, then where are we going? What is the advice for Libra, please, Spirit? The Lovers, Master Duality, and the Devil. Really is Master Duality. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, these cards look incredibly similar. There is so many cards coming through for you of balance, of knowing when to surrender to the moment and knowing when to kind of not back down almost. I feel like you're starting to get a grip on things though, because usually I do feel heavy energy from the Devil, but I feel like you are trying to bring this balance in, and you know that, okay, I do like these habits, these vices, this whatever it is, lust, desires, I like this, but I actually maybe don't like it as all the time. And I was almost, because the Lovers is also the choice card in tarot, and I'm almost seeing like I can take it or leave it. And you used to say that all the time, but now you feel it and you believe it and you can enact it. You're aware of the chains on the Devil, and you choose to be there sometimes and you choose not to at other times. And that's very interesting energy there for you, Libra. Let's see. We're going to just clarify the new beginning. We're going to clarify this oracle card. Why is this here for Libra, please, Spirit? Whoa. We have King of Pentacles. So this new beginning is leading to the King of Pentacles, which is financial stability. I was going to say luxury, wealth, fulfillment is another word that's coming through. So this new beginning is leading to that, but again, you have to protect and nurture this state. Allow it to grow as long as it needs to. Don't force it. Allow it to take its time. Be patient with it here. That is all I have for your reading, Libra. If you'd like to get more in depth with this energy, like I said, I do offer personal readings and they are linked down below. We have video readings, Zoom live readings, and I also do free readings on my TikTok live. All the information for that is linked in the description box down below. Like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and if you've watched this far, I truly appreciate you.